There's a switch. No switch. So have you ever tried performing a chmod minus x chmod? Most of our candidates have. So this is one of the problems we used in interviewing last year, and these are some of the solutions to that problem. I mean, eventually. Okay, so here's the setup. You're in a data center, completely by yourself. Absolutely no contact with the outside world. You have a machine that you must not restart, and someone had the brilliant idea of performing chmod minus x chmod. Solve the problem. A brief disclaimer. There's more info on this on my other talk. All the solutions here have been presented either by myself or by some of my coworkers, and unless otherwise noted, it's all been tested. So the first thing you could do is you can look for some kind of language that is installed and that ships with the chmod. And I mean, apparently even JavaScript does this nowadays. Another thing you can do is you can start a C file, and it doesn't really matter what you put inside as long as it compiles, because what you're going to do is copy the contents of chmod to the executable. Of course, if you're going to do that, you don't really need the compiler. You just copy an already executable file to a new one and do the same thing. If you want to be a little bit more hardcore, you can actually use the chmod from C and do the same thing. Now, you can also launch BusyBox because it's usually available in several servers, and it ships, among other things, with the chmod. If you have GNU tar on the machine, you can actually tell it to create an archive, but tell it use this node on the file. Of course, if you're going to do that, you don't really need to create the archive. You can do it on the flash. Another thing that you can do, but I haven't tested this one yet, I haven't had time for it, is you can create the archive and edit the damn file. You realize why I haven't had the time to do this. One of the candidates we had said, you said I couldn't look to the internet, but you said nothing about the other machines on the data center. So I could open a socket to another machine, I could use tar, tell it to preserve the permissions of the files, grab the archive, and then untar. CPIO. You can actually grab the files from the archive. So the thing you need to know is that after the 21st byte, there are 3 characters that are what you actually want to change. So with a bit of Perl, and with CPIO, you can build another solution. Would be to do something that would force the inode into the cache, check the code, verify system, and then instead alter the bit of the kernel, realizing it, and run chmod once. Now, I really like this concept, fight fire with fire. So why not fighting an operating system with another operating system? The thing is, since you cannot restart the machine, you cannot just take the hard drive and put it on another machine and mount it there. But you could launch an operating system inside the operating system as long as it has access to the external operating system. So here's the Emacs solution. You move to the scratch buffer and set files modes, bin, chmod, string to number 0755 or something like that, date, Control J. Now, there's only a problem with this solution, and the problem is that I'm really a VI guy. But unfortunately, as much as I search for it, it doesn't seem to be anything on VI that will allow me to change the file's privileges on the fly. However, there is a way to call something on the system, so all I had to do was to search for something that would be smaller than the solution from Emacs. And you know what?